Hello, everyone, and welcome back. And Happy New Year. This is another episode of the Fignuts podcast. This is season 9 still. Episode 19. Counted all of them, 369 episodes. I'm Craig.
And I am Britt.
And Britt, we're back. Well, I'm back. I haven't been here in like a month. So,
yeah.
You know.
So we took 2 weeks off because of the holidays. The way the holidays fell made it difficult for us to record. So we took 2 weeks off for the holidays. And the week before that, Craig had appointments, so he couldn't be here. So that was me and Terry. Thank you again to Terry Zhang for appearing on the podcast. I had a lot of fun chatting with him. So yeah, it's been about a while, Craig. How are you?
I'm here. You know, it's the new year. We survived Bro Year's Eve. I'm not going to say the new year started off spectacular. It's not terrible, but it's not also great either. I was expecting more, but I'm here. How are you?
I have learned to temper my expectations with the new year. You hope for the best.
Yeah.
You just hope that. But 2025, being fair, just being honest with everyone, was such a miserable year.
Yeah,
I was. Job changed, then I lost the job.
Yep.
What's that?
No, especially like the second half of the year. I feel like it was worse.
Yes. Yes, I turned 50, and that was the best thing that happened to me this year. So, there was a lot to it. So I'm happy to see the new year come. I'm still optimistic that the next year we're going to be much better than 2025. But I'm getting ahead of ourselves. Craig, let's start where we always start. What are you drinking tonight?
So tonight I have a mixture of seltzer, lemon, and tequila.
You have a mixed drink?
I do have a mixed drink because I ate dinner and it was very carb heavy. And I had a beer with dinner, so there's only so much space for that much carbonation and carbs. So
yeah, but that's okay. Didn't you hear that the government changed the food pyramid? Now it's like upside down. So everything that was bad is good now. It's weird.
It is. I mean, yeah. I mean, out of all the things that changed, like that's fine with me. Out of everything else that's going on. So
yeah, seriously.
For us,
yeah.
Yeah, they took away the drink limit. Remember?
Remember
how it was supposed to be 2 for a guy and 1 for a woman? Now that's gone. Now it just says drink. I forgot how they
in moderation.
In moderation, and just pay attention to what you're drinking. And if you're pregnant or on drugs or had surgery, you shouldn't drink. So there you go.
I refuse.
It's not all bad.
People who know me in real life very well know that I won't give an ounce of credit to the Trump administration. He could cure cancer and cause world peace, and I would still say he's the worst president of my lifetime. So, him saying it's okay to have a third beer doesn't move the needle for me at all. It doesn't change my life. I was having that third beer anyway.
True.
True. It just is. So, but the world is a nightmare. We're going to provide you guys some much needed distraction. We've been gone for literally 3 weeks. Craig and I haven't spoken in 4 weeks on football stuff. So I'm sure there's stuff to talk about. So shall we jump right in?
We should, but you didn't say what you're drinking. We got distracted.
Oh, we took some time to set up. I might have pre-gamed one while I was streaming video games. So I am right now finishing my second beer of the night, which is a Fox Farm Burst.
Yum.
It is a fantastic beer. It is. You can only get this by going there. They don't distribute, and they can and brew on a rotating basis. So this beer is only available like 8 months out of the year. So we were there in December, and I still had a couple cans in the fridge. So I said, you know what? Tonight feels like a night for the Burst. I'm going to do it. Nice. My next beer I have already lined up because now I'm allowed to have a third beer according to the government is a Two Roads Winter Heaven, which is their winter IPA, which is also very good. It's a cryo IPA. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and a big thank you to Two Roads Brewing for hosting us on New Year's Eve for our annual Bro Year's Eve. I was able to make it. Sean was able to make it. Craig was there. The source was not able to make it, and the cinch had to work, so they were not able to make it. But is what it is. We had a good time, and thank you again, as always. Two Roads has been a great supporter of our podcast, so thank you to them. But okay, let's dive in. Craig, there is so many topics out there.
Yes.
Do you just want to give or receive here?
Yeah, there's so many. I'll receive because there's just
Okay, I've got
lot.
like 4 queued up, so it's
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
Normally, so we have the coaching changes, we have the playoffs starting, we have a lot of that. And we are going to talk about the playoffs outside of make predictions for the playoffs outside of our Burning Hot Takes. But for Burning Hot Takes tonight, I want to talk about the teams that didn't make the playoffs. So I went back and I found a sportsbettingdime.com article where they tracked the change between the opening line and the closing line for or best line for every NFL team. And the reason I did this, using DraftKings, by the way, using DraftKings. The reason I did this is not to talk about the variance, because there was some variance here or there. I want to talk about the teams that didn't make it, that had high odds to make it.
Yeah. Like our teams.
Well, yeah, that's about to come up. Yeah. So the highest team to make the NFL playoffs preseason was the Buffalo Bills at minus 752. The Bills made it.
Yes.
The second team did not. And I want you to tell me who that team is, because I don't. It's not the team I think you're going to think of. You only get one shot.
Let me see here. Teams. I have to look at all. I have to look at the whole set of teams. Team.
You think this is a picture of my family? It's a picture of the A team. That is from the IT Crowd. If you've never watched the IT Crowd, go watch it. The guy who created it's a total douchebag, but other than that, it's a fantastic show.
Yeah, this show's funny. All right, let's see who's in the playoffs. Playoff bracket. I forgot who has.
Yeah.
Wait,
the buys?
Oh, yeah, I was looking at that. I forgot who had the bye week, so that's why I had to open another.
It's Seattle.
Yep, Seattle and Denver.
And Denver.
Yep.
Denver. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Welcome to 2026, everybody.
God, is it the Cowboys?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
All right. That wasn't my real guess.
I'll give you one more.
I'm gonna say the. I'm gonna say the Buccaneers.
No.
All right.
The correct answer at minus 549. This is the opening line in August or July. The opening line was the Baltimore Ravens.
Huh? Really?
According to Vegas, Baltimore, the only team more likely to make the playoffs than Baltimore was Buffalo. That means the two teams that were in the Super Bowl, less a chance. Philly and KC, less of a chance.
Huh.
Detroit, less of a chance. Green Bay, less of a chance. Tampa, less of a chance. So Baltimore is the top of that list. Number 3 on the list is Philly. They made it. Number 4 is Kansas City. Is what it is. Green Bay is at 5. They made it. San Francisco is 6. They made it. Tampa is 7. They made it. Denver was 8. I'm sorry, Tampa did not make it. Denver was 8. They made it. Detroit was 9. They did not make it. And Washington rounds out the top 10.
Washington?
And they did not make it. So, was minus 160.
What? Were they drunk?
Don't forget, they beat the Lions in the first round of the playoffs last year. There was a lot of optimism coming into the season on the Washington Commanders. A lot.
Yeah, true. I am.
So of the top 10, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Lions, and the Commanders, half the teams slated to make the playoffs, according to Vegas, did not make it. I'm asking you, again, one more time, the teams. The Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Lions, and the Commanders. Your burning hot take question is, which of those teams is the biggest disappointment? Not talking about odds. Which team are you most like that team should have been in the playoffs?
The Lions.
All right, tell me about that.
I feel like the Lions, and I know it's because of their coaching change, but I feel like the Lions are kind of almost the NFC version of the Bengals. Their offense has so much talent on it, and they just fell apart. They just completely fell apart. I didn't watch a lot of Lions game, but I can just from reading stuff, like the team as a whole just was not the same team anymore. And I guess, their coordinators leaving was a giant part of that. So I don't know what they're going to do in the offseason or who they're going to find to fill in those gaps. The Lions didn't fire anyone, did they?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Hmm.
Not that I'm
Yeah,
aware of.
I would say
think they're kind of
Lions.
looking at this as so. The Lions open the regular season with a loss. They lose at the Packers. Everyone loses at the Packers, guys. It's just there's something about Lambeau that sucks out your soul. Okay, even in September.
Yep.
They win the next 4, then lose to the Chiefs. Now at that point, Britt is sitting there saying to himself, the world is starting to get itself right. The Chiefs are back on top. They beat the Lions 30-17. It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Lions go and beat the Bucks, but then lose at home to the Vikings.
The Vikings are not good.
Right? 27-24. That's a lot. So right there, that's a game they should have won. There's one, right?
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Commanders. They lose to the Eagles in Philadelphia. They beat the Giants. Then they lose to the Packers at home. That's 2. They beat the Giants. They lose in LA. Questionable, all right? I'm going to say that's a game they should have won. That's 3. Then they lose at home to the Steelers. That's 4. Then they lose at the Vikings. This is week 17 now.
So
this isn't JJ McCarthy and a healthy Vikings.
So they lost both divisional games to Minnesota
and to Green Bay.
Jeez.
Yes.
No wonder the Bears won the division.
There's like 5 games that the Detroit Lions should have won. Even if you sit there and go, well, you really can't count that because half of them are division games. All right, fine. 5 games they lost that they should have gone 3-2, and 3-2 makes them 12-6. I'm sorry, 12-5. Adding 3 wins to their total makes them 12-5. They win the division. You can't lose to the Vikings twice in 2025. You cannot lose to Green Bay twice in 2025. You can't.
No, you
Minnesota
cannot.
is 7-8 against everyone not named Detroit.
Yep.
But they're 2-0 against Detroit. That's mine too. That's mine too. The Ravens may have been the highest team on the list, and they're a huge disappointment, particularly because Lamar was healthy. You know, I mean, every time the Ravens have been bad up to this point, oh, well, Lamar Jackson got hurt. He really didn't have an opportunity. No, he was healthy. Did he play every game this year? I think he may have missed 1.
Nah, I forgot when he got hurt.
I'm looking right now.
It was, I think, in November.
Yeah, but how many games did he miss?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think Detroit is the answer. They are absolutely the most disappointing team of 2025 for me. Now go on. What do you got?
More than the Chiefs?
Yes. Yes. Oh my Lord. Are you kidding?
What?
Lamar appeared in 17 games this year.
He did? I honestly did not think he did.
As bad as they were, you had to think he missed a game, right?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
I thought he was out at least 3, but I guess not.
Wait a minute. No, wait.
Are you looking at the right season?
He did miss games. No. What it is that Pro Football Reference deleted the empty lines. He did. He missed weeks 5 through 8. So he missed 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he missed week 17 too. So he missed a total of 4 games this year. But by the time he was out in week 17, the season was over.
Yeah.
So, he missed a total of 4 games, but only 3 that mattered. By that point, it was done. It was done. And his numbers weren't epic. Did he even have? He had 0 300-yard passing games.
He did not have a good year for him.
He had 0 yards of 300 yards of 100 yards rushing. He lost 3 fumbles. Sorry, no, he fumbled 7 times and lost 3 of them.
Yeah, he had a case of the yips there with the ball.
So you would like to think that the Ravens is the answer. The Ravens is not the answer. It is absolutely the Detroit Lions. If you would ask me preseason who's going to the Super Bowl, the answer to me would have been Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills, because I really felt this was the Bills' year. And why it was not the Chiefs is very simple. The Chiefs have seen a talent erosion over the last couple years, dating back to when Tyreek Hill first left. They were okay without Hill because they had every year they seemed to lose another piece. And let's be honest, they haven't been the same since Byron Pringle left.
That's right.
Let's just be honest with it there. So I expected the Chiefs to have a down year. Did I expect them to miss the playoffs? No, but I expected them to have a down year. So I if you told me that the Chiefs weren't going to win 10 games, I would have thought you were insane. So, but it is what it is, what did the Chiefs actually end up with? I don't even freaking know. That's how checked out I was on this freaking season because I was so just blinded by hatred.
Oh yeah,
the Chiefs were, they were 6-11. They were 6-11.
That's like one more win than the Bengals, right? What was the Bengals record? I don't know. I honestly don't even remember. I was so aggravated by the whole thing.
The Bengals ended up 6-11.
Yeah, actually, you know what? The Bengals have the 10th pick and the Chiefs have the 9th pick.
Did you guys beat us in the regular season? I think you did.
I think so.
See, this is how bad our season was as like fans this year, guys, that we tuned out. We were so focused just on the fantasy aspect of it. So we did not play you guys in the regular season this year, according to
next year. We play next year. Don't know when, but
so you guys even had the tiebreaker, so that's good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So all right, so that's the first one. What do you got for me? You give me one now.
So, and let's go with the reverse of that. Of the teams in the playoffs, is there anyone that you are shocked? That is in the playoffs or shocked by their record?
The New England Patriots.
And I was going to say the same thing, followed by the Panthers. Like, I did not think the NFC South was going to be that bad that the Panthers would make the playoffs at 8-9.
Not even the New England Patriots are 14-3, guys.
They are. Just Drake May was the answer, I guess.
And you want to hear the weirdest stat of all?
Yeah.
They're undefeated on the road.
Really?
All three of their losses were at home.
And I went to their first home game this year, and they didn't look terrible, but they didn't look good, if that makes sense. I feel like that first game they won because the Raiders were more terrible than they were.
The Raiders are the worst team in football.
Yes.
Well, wait, no. The Jets and the Browns still exist.
Record-wise,
the Raiders are one of the three worst teams in football.
Yes.
The Jets had the only team I've ever heard of to have a minus 200 point differential.
They had no turnovers. Like, they had 0 interceptions. They might have had a fumble recover, but they had 0 interceptions this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking right now. Did any team give up more points than the Jets?
It might be the Bengals.
Oh, there is one. Is
okay.
The
Bengals? Because I won't be shocked if it is.
This is America's favorite game this week.
Okay.
All right, here you go. That's strike one. It's the Bengals. You guys get 2 strikes. Tell me who the team is. So the Jets gave up 503 points this year.
Okay.
There is one team worse. They gave up 511 points.
Jesus.
Who is that team? And the Bengals is your first strike. The Bengals, just for the record, gave up 492.
Okay, under 500. I guess that's good. I'm gonna say the Titans.
The Tennessee Titans gave up 478 points this year.
Damn. All right, one more.
You're never gonna get this, but you're gonna laugh your ass off when you hear it. Your hint is this team is not in the playoffs. It's not a trick question. It's not like they're in the playoffs. Right. No.
Okay.
It's not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs. Let's go.
It's not like one of those things where I'd be like, well, the Steelers gave up 511, but they scored 620, so it worked out. No, it's not one of those things. This isn't the 84 Detroit Tigers who won every game 24-12,
All right. I mean, was the Raiders defense that bad? You know what? I feel like the Raiders is too much of an obvious answer. I'm going to say the Cardinals.
Your reasoning is sound because I would not be making such a big deal if it was an obvious answer, right?
Right.
The Cardinals is wrong. They gave up 488.
Okay.
The most points in the league given up this year at 511.
Mm-hmm.
The Dallas Cowboys, presented by Jerry.
Are you serious?
They gave up 511 points this year.
When did that curve start? Was that after he traded Parsons?
Well, Parsons was traded preseason.
Oh, that's right. He didn't even play as a Cowboy this year.
Yep. We have time tonight because I'm having a beer and having a good time.
Oh god.
We don't have like DFS to do or stuff like that. This is kind of the postseason retrospective thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Cowboys gave up. They gave up 24 points to the Eagles in Philadelphia. Okay.
Did they win or lose? Did they win or lose that game?
They lost that game.
Okay.
Week 2, you may remember, they went to overtime against the Giants in a 40-37 game. They gave up 37 points to the New York Giants. Then they gave up 31 points in a losing effort to the Bears. Then, their bright part of the season, they tied the Packers at 40-40. So in those 3 games, they gave up 108 points.
Dear God.
Don't worry, it got better. They gave up 22 to the Jets.
Okay.
But then they gave 30 to the Panthers. Then they gave 44 to the Commanders, 44 to the Broncos, and 27 to the Cardinals. This is how wretched a stretch they had, that if you discount the Jets, their best performance of the year was only giving up 30 to the Panthers. 22 to the Commanders, 44 to the Broncos, 27 to the Cardinals, 16 to the Raiders. The Raiders are literally fielding their team from season ticket holders, and they still scored 16 points off of the Cowboys, 21 points to the Eagles, 28 points to the Chiefs, who could not find the locker room if you gave them a map at this point. We're already to like week 15, guys. Patrick Mahomes is already sitting there going, do I have a catch-up commercial tomorrow, or am I off? What do I got? They lose to the Lions and give up 44. They lose to the Vikings and give up 34. They lose to the Chargers and give up 34. Like, it is just, there is not a single-digit defensive stand on this entire board. Not once in this board did they come in under the legal drinking age.
Wow.
Defensively, the Dallas Cowboys were an absolute disaster.
You're telling me that the Cowboys defense was worse than the Bengals defense?
I'm telling you, the Cowboys defense was worse after they traded Micah Parsons, which is exactly what Jerry Jones told us would not happen.
Oh, I just realized going into the coach thing that, we'll talk about. I totally forgot because this week has been stupid. The Cowboys defensive coordinator was Matt Eberflus. Eberflus? The guy that used to coach the Bears.
He got canned. Yes.
I wonder why.
Wasn't he an offensive guru? I thought he was like.
No, he's always been defense. Then how long did he coach the Bears? I don't remember.
Like a year or two. It wasn't long.
I remember Sean was angry a lot.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, when I search his name, the first thing that comes up is a booking link, so you could book Matt Eberflus to come talk to your team.
We should do that for Sean's birthday.
Oh my God! Can we get him a cameo?
Oh my
Matt
God!
Eberflus?
Yes. Can we? That'd be amazing. I'll chip in for that.
Sidebar that pretty much only you will care about. So you know what, guys? Those of you listening, we love you, but when you're on your own podcast, you get to do shit like this. I found out about a month ago through a released Cameo video. Somebody released a video that they had commissioned through Cameo. Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, loved Lake George, New York.
Okay.
Used to go there as a kid. Was somebody from upstate like commissioned him to do one of those Cameo videos where you talk for like 30 seconds. And like he was like, well, tell me 3 things you know about the person. And one of the things was like, they love Lake George, New York. And the person released the Cameo after he died. And he like started rattling off places you and I have been in Lake George together.
Did he go to Flapjack Pete's?
He did not mention Flapjack Pete.
Damn it.
That's a whole other story. But I was just like, I'm watching this video and he's talking about some places that were closed that you never knew about. Like Gaslight Village was a small entertainment center down by the boats, things like that. And I was just like, holy shit, Pee Wee Herman and I had something in common.
That's pretty cool.
It was really cool. I was
Cool.
just like, oh my God, this is amazing. All right, anyway. So the Cowboys defense, absolutely the most wretched in all of humanity. So yeah. All right. So moving on, let's talk about the coaching changes real quick.
Yeah.
So McDaniel out in Miami. Harbaugh out in Baltimore.
Yep.
Gannon out in Arizona.
Oh my God! Did you watch that video I sent of him?
Oh my God, I did. Just so you guys know, this video was entitled "This Guy Couldn't Motivate Me to Eat a Sandwich," and I agree.
It's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate.
I could be dead and starving, and this guy would be like, "Eat the sandwich." No, I'm sorry. It would have been more like, "Eat the sandwich. You know you need to eat the sandwich. Eat the sandwich." I was like, "This is not motivational.
No,
this is not motivational." Okay. Pete Carroll out in Vegas.
I'm shocked by that.
Stefanski. Well, that's where I'm going with this. Well, hold on. Stefanski out in Cleveland.
That's like a year too late. I
don't even remember who was coaching the Falcons, honestly.
It was Raheem Mostert? No. Yes. No.
No,
yes.
no, not Raheem Mostert.
No.
I think you got the first name right. How many drinks are we in?
Damn it. I don't know. I was drinking tequila. Damn it.
Raheem Morris.
There we go. Wrong guy.
You had the first name right. Yeah, so those are the 6 vacancies. My question for you is, which one was the most shocking?
To me, it was Pete Carroll. Like we all knew the Raiders were rebuilding, and you drafted the top running back, and you already knew you were gonna suck. So like, rebuilding in the NFL is a process. It's not like a turnkey 1-year thing. Yep. It's at the very least, it's 2 years before you start to see something, right?
In theory, yes. Let's go back to what I consider to be the gold standard of rebuilds in the last decade, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. They brought in Andy Reid. They had a good year under Alex Smith. They drafted Patrick Mahomes, benched him so that Alex Smith could tutor and he could learn, and then they got good.
So that's at least 3 seasons. 4 years. Right.
4 years if you think about it. And now I've got a picture of Arn Anderson in my head in the background just holding up 4 fingers. But that's fine. It's a sidebar. Yes. And that's the thing. I'm like, but this is the thing. The Raiders always do this. The Raiders always do this. And Mark Davis, I'm pretty sure that so let's have this conversation off the top. Do you remember, and this is going to sound like a weird segue, do you remember at the end of the last Star Wars trilogy where Palpatine is like, if you strike me down, my soul will invade your body and then I'll be like all powerful? Remember how he said that to Rey?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened with Al Davis and Mark Davis. Al Davis died, and the soul of the Raider Sith invaded his son's body, convinced him to get a terrible haircut, and so Al Davis is still running the Raiders in like this like necromancer kind of thing. That's my theory. Because they've always done this. It's number one, it's always the coach's fault. Number two, it always has to be immediate. If they have a pick in the top 5, and by the way, they have a pick in the top 5 a lot, folks.
They have
a lot.
They have the first pick.
They expect immediate results. We've given you 2 top 10 picks. We've signed 3 free agents. You need to win the league. And then they go out there and they go 5-12. And people are like, what the hell happened? What went wrong? It must be the coach. We gave you all this talent. We paid all this money for talent. It must be the coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, guys. The system that you use in Las Vegas is terrible. And it was terrible when we were in Oakland. It was terrible when you were in LA. And it was terrible when you were in Oakland before LA. It was terrible.
Yes.
That's it. So for me, the Pete Carroll firing is both shocking but expected.
Okay.
Honestly,
I can see that.
The most unexpected one for me was the Ravens parting.
Yeah, apparently I was
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I was reading more about that, and the driving rumors are that there was a rift between him and Lamar, and that caused a rift between him and the rest of the locker room, and they were like, all right, it's over.
Yes, I've read that too.
Yep.
Okay. I just opened my 4th beer.
I really need to keep drinks near me when we do this. I only have one.
Oh, I keep a cooler. I keep a little cooler. Put ice in it. I'm good. I want to be careful how I say this. I have been criticized in the past for being political, but I think there's a political analogy here.
All right.
The person who runs the United States of America right now in the executive branch, whose name I won't use, seems to have like this whole concept of what loyalty means. And it feels like it's the same thing that Lamar has done here. Let me be very clear when I say this. Lamar Jackson is not Lamar Jackson without John Harbaugh. The end. Lamar Jackson does not go to the Super Bowl without John Harbaugh. Period. Hard stop. So when I hear, oh, there was a rift between the player and the coach, that bothers me. That bothers me. The same reason, like, remember we went through this in New England, right? Oh, Tom Brady isn't getting along with Bill anymore, and blah, 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 and he wants to go somewhere else, and da, da, da. The only reason you are who you are is because Bill gave you a chance. Because Drew Bledsoe died on the field.
Damn Jets, and Bill can't do anything right.
And Bill threw you out there, and 3 years later, and a couple of Super Bowls, and that's not to say they're not great players. Lamar is a great player. Tom Brady is a legend. I get that. But when you sit there and say, well, they got tired of the coach, that pisses me off. That coach is the opportunity. Is Patrick Mahomes a Hall of Famer? Can we agree this right now? If Patrick Mahomes tomorrow announced his retirement, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
I'm not saying first ballot. I'm not saying next week, but he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Is he a Hall of Famer without Andy Reid?
I don't know, because if the Bears drafted him, I don't know if he'd still be playing football.
Exactly.
In all honesty.
Exactly. Coaching does matter. Well, you were just talking about how the Raiders always blame coaching, but it's really a systematic issue. That's correct. Coaching isn't everything, but it does matter. And in this case, coaching mattered. Yeah. Harbaugh mattered. So that bothers me when I hear that he had a part to play in that. And honestly, John Harbaugh is the smartest man in the room. Remember like 4 years ago when he was like, I'm thinking about retiring. And the Ravens were like, no, do not listen to this man.
Here's a dump truck of money.
They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house.
Exactly.
And he signed the extension, and now he's got 2 years left on that contract, and they cut ties with him. They have to pay those 2 years. End of story.
So when coaches get fired, people remember, don't feel that bad for them because the checks still keep coming.
I actually had this conversation today at work because I had to explain to someone the difference between at-will employment, which is like you or me.
Right.
We walk into a place and we say, we accept this job. You sign off a piece of paper. But at any time, if you're in an at-will state, and most states are at-will, at any time, you can sit there and go, I'm giving my notice.
Yep, or they can fire you.
Or they can fire you. Now, there's certain laws that protect you, this and that. But generally speaking, it is the will of the employer and the will of the employee to have the relationship. Yep. That's not how contracts work, guys.
No.
Contracts are governed by different laws. Now, in the NFLPA, they've bargained a system where the contracts are worthless if no one picks you up. So I release Craig tomorrow. If he clears waivers, his contract is void. Mm-hmm. That doesn't apply to coaches. If you say to a coach, I'm going to pay you 5 years, $50 million, and you fire him after year 2, you're still on hook for whatever that contract says for the next 3 years. So John Harbaugh, I think has 2 full years left on his contract after this year, gets to go home, put his feet up, and do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
You want to know why coaches don't go back into coaching sometimes? They go into like TV because the non-compete clauses in those contracts don't trigger. If John Harbaugh signs with the New York Jets tomorrow as their next head coach, there might be a contract clause, I have no idea, that says he no longer gets paid. But there's nothing in there that says he can't talk to CBS. Yeah,
exactly.
And he's a good coach. Do they need change in Baltimore? Probably. And they decided that the change was more valuable to them than the contract money they would lose. But they're losing money, folks. Don't cry for John Harbaugh.
Nope.
All right, we are running out of time, so we got to go through the the playoff games this weekend really quickly. So,
yeah.
Sorry, we got distracted. There's a lot going on, guys. A lot going on. All right, let's just go right down the list. We'll start with Rams at Panthers, Saturday, 4:30. This game will be broadcast on Fox. The Rams right now are 10.5-point favorites. The over-under is 45.5. Craig, what do you got?
I'm personally hoping Carolina wins. Because didn't the Rams beat them before? Or not? Didn't the Panthers beat the Rams before?
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised the line is that big, given that fact.
Carolina is at home. West Coast team flying east.
That's right. That's what Cinch said. Cinch said, bet all your money on the Panthers. That's what he said.
Take the deed to your house and put it in the safe. Then take whatever pocket change you have and use the pocket change to bet on Carolina at plus 10.5. Do it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I would not be surprised. Their money line's plus 425. I would not be surprised if they won that game outright. I would not. Packers at Bears, Saturday, 8 p.m. First off, pray for Sean's liver.
Go Packers. Sean's never going to listen to this. So
the Bears are 1.5-point favorites at home. I'm sorry, 1.5-point underdogs at home. It's supposed to snow, and the over-under is 44.5. So I have the money line with Chicago on the under because I think Chicago wins this game like 21-10.
What's the line?
44.5, and Chicago's getting 1.5.
Oh, Chicago's getting 1.5.
Yeah, they're home underdogs here. Green Bay ain't that good, guys. This is going to be a running game, and the runners from the Bears are healthy, and the runners for Green Bay are not.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a weird division game, and those are scary. Those are really scary.
It is. I'm sticking with it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna take the other side of it, and I'll say the Packers. But yeah.
Okay. Bills at Jacksonville, another home underdog because the Bills are 12-5. Somehow Jacksonville's 13-3.
Yeah,
Who
what
saw
the
that
hell?
Coming?
Yeah, really, seriously. Jesus.
What is this shit? Trevor Lawrence suddenly decided to stop shitting himself and be a quarterback. That was rude, but anyway. Jacksonville, 1.5 underdog at home. 51.5 is the over-under. I've got Buffalo, and I'm going to take the over. I think this is going to be a goddamn shootout.
Yeah, I agree with Buffalo on the over, which means this game is going to be 10-6.
Yeah, 10-6, and end on a missed field goal or a penalty that negates a touchdown.
Yeah.
Sunday, 4:30, Niners at Eagles. Eagles are 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 44.5, and I have to use the restroom. So, Craig, break it down. This is the game, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about this one. This is the game. This is probably the best game of the weekend in my book. So I want to hear from you. Niners at Eagles. What the hell?
44.5. You know, I honestly, out of all of these teams that are in the playoffs right now, other than Pittsburgh, because I will never really root for Pittsburgh, I don't believe in Philadelphia. I don't know how they're 11-6. I have no faith in them as like a team as a whole. Yes, I know they won the Super Bowl. Thank you. Everyone in San Francisco, as far as I can tell, is healthy. I think me personally right now would just take San Francisco's money line, whatever that is, because I don't have that number in front of me. But I can look it up because I didn't open that tab. So let's go find out what it is.
I'm back. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. You were asking San Francisco's money line?
Yeah.
San Francisco's plus 205.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'd throw $10 on that. Sure. I have no faith. I have no faith in Philly. None.
I have no faith in either of these teams. I have a feeling this game's going to be really one-sided, but tell me which side it's going to be. I have no idea. No idea. You could walk up to me. Future Britt could walk through a portal and go, past Britt, the final score of the San Francisco-Philly game will be 30-17. And I would go, well, that's 47 points, so I should take the over? Because I don't know which one's going to score 30. Could be either. So, Chargers at Patriots. Sunday night, 8 p.m. New England, 3.5-point favorites at home. 45.5 over/under. What do you got here?
Another West Coast team traveling east. So, Cinch said to put all your money on the Patriots.
I don't know what the hell to make out of either of these teams.
No.
I thought the Chargers would be good this year and make the playoffs. I'm now looking. The Chargers might be a Super Bowl team.
You think so?
I don't know. If we're sitting on Super Bowl Sunday and we're watching a Chargers game, I wouldn't be shocked. But I also wouldn't be shocked if they lost this week to New England.
The last time the Chargers were in the Super Bowl was a very long time ago.
Stan Humphries.
And it was Stan Humphries' birth versus the 49ers, and it was not a good game.
1994, and I remember that game because the Chiefs made the AFC Championship that year and lost to the Chargers. I was pissed.
Yep.
I was pissed. That was the Joe Montana era.
It was like 57 to like 10 or something. It was bad.
Yeah, didn't we go gambling or something? Didn't we drive to the casino instead of watch it because it was bad? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was bad.
I remember us all being together. I just don't remember for the life of me what the fuck happened. So you know what? There's another one. These are the two games of the week: the Niners Eagles game, the Chargers Patriots game. I have no idea what's going to happen. So I'm just kind of rolling with it. So, and that leads us to the last game of the week, where the Houston Texans destroy the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I hope so.
Pittsburgh is the home team. They're a 3-point underdog, and the over-under is 38.5. I will take Houston -3. I will parlay it with over 38.5 and sleep like a baby.
Yep, I agree.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are the biggest fraud of the modern NFL era. 50 years from now, people will look back and go, oh, the Steelers made the playoffs like every year for like 12 straight years, but never had more than 11 wins. Not once. Never. Oh, they were 9-8 and made it as a wild card. They were 10-7 and they made it as the divisional champion at the last minute. The AFC North, and I'm sorry, Craig, but the AFC North was an absolute shit show this year.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
The Browns are the Browns.
Yep.
The Bengals had great moments, but could not keep it together. Burrow was hurt.
Yep. And their defense was trash. The defense was terrible.
Defense was trash. And the Baltimore Ravens decided they were no longer going to be the Baltimore Ravens. And the Pittsburgh Steelers just sat back and said, stay the course, baby. We got a 106-year-old quarterback. Just stay the course. Stay the course. And they cruised into the playoffs at 10-7. The end. That's the story. If they still did those NFL video tapes where you could buy like either your team's season or like a divisional season.
I have a Bengal one somewhere, I think, still.
For those of you who are younger, back in the day, they would do like seasonal reviews. NFL Films would do seasonal reviews. And you could buy a tape. And it'd be something like Kansas City Chiefs, Flashes of Greatness. It was always like a subtitle, right?
Yeah.
The AFC North or the Pittsburgh Steelers would be like the story of the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. Stay the course, damn it. That would be it. And every other team, well, the Cleveland, and the worst part was those old NFL films. You would watch a team that was like 1-15 because back then they played 16 games, 1-15, but the title would be so hopeful.
Yeah, right. And the music and the way the filming was, you'd be like, yeah, this is going to be amazing.
So it'd be like Cleveland Browns, a season to build on. You won a game, a single game. That's not a season to build on.
No, it is not.
One. You say we've had this conversation too with the source and some of our other contributors. Some of those titles were just freaking hysterical. But all right. So really quick,